Yes?
Yes.
Almost VIP. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so Henry, what famous people would you like to look like? What famous people would you like to look like? I would like to look like.
I would like to look like
Um,
Robert Downey Jr.
okay, I like it. Okay, so why? Why?
Because it's
He's
my
handsome. He is the Iron Man. Yes.
the iron.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Monique, what does he look like? What does he look like? He looks like
Looks like
which person Henry looks like? He looks like his father.
his, his look is like.
His
Eu
father.
não ouvi, teacher.
His father.
Father.
Yes.
His father.
Hello, Grazi. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Okay, so Gra, do you look more like your father or your mother? Do you look more like your father or your mother? I look more like.
I look more like my father.
Perfect. Pachi, hello, girl.
Oi.
Okay, so question for you, girl. Do you think it looks like it's going to rain? Do you think it looks like it's going to rain? No, I don't
No.
think.
No, I don't think.
It looks like.
It look like. It look.
It looks like
It looks like
it's going to rain.
it's going to rain.
Congratulations. Okay, so Henry, what's the difference between travel and journey? What's the difference between travel and journey? The difference between
Travel and journey
is that
is
travel
that travel
is a
is
verb,
a
is a long journey, and is a verb.
it's a verb.
Whereas journey is the noun.
Is the noun.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Monique, why is it now easier to people to travel from one country to the other just for the weekend? Why is it now so easy that people can travel from one place to the other just for the weekend? It's now easier
It's now easier
for people to travel
for people to travel
to other countries just for the weekend.
to other
Countries?
just for the weekend
Because traveling is cheaper. Because traveling
is cheaper
and faster nowadays.
and faster nowadays.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Gra, what's the longest journey you've ever made? What is the longest journey you've ever made? The longest journey
The longest journey
I've ever made is from
I've ever made is from Lençóis to Belém do Pará.
Okay, Jesus Christ, a really long journey. Yes. Okay, so Patty, give me a sentence with the words of course in it, please. Give me a sentence with the words of course in it, please. Could I borrow your pen?
Good day. Okay.
Could I borrow
Could I borrow
your pen?
pen?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Of course you can.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Henry, do you think people are happier nowadays than they were in the past? Do you think people are happier nowadays than they were in the past? Yes, no, yes, no?
As I think the
Are happier?
are happier more nowadays
Than they
in the
were?
past.
Perfect. Okay, so Monique, have you suffered from any illness in the last 2 years? Have you suffered from any illness in the last 2 years? Yes, no, yes, no? Yes, I've suffered. Monique, the microphone, baby.
Yes, I've suffered,
Suffered from some illness.
suffered
From some
from
illness.
some illness,
Yes. In the last 2 years.
from some illness in the last year.
Yes. Okay, so Gra, what's your greatest wish in life? What is your greatest wish in life? My greatest wish in life?
My greatest wish in life is speaking English very well.
Yes. Okay, so Pachi, about how long has this building existed for? About how long has this building existed for? That building has existed.
That building
Has existed
has existed
for about 7 years.
for about 7 years.
Perfect. Okay, so Henry, what's the difference between the words remember and remind? What's the difference between the words remember and remind? The difference between
Between the words remember and remind
is that we remember something
we remember something
ourselves
ourselves
without help.
without help.
Whereas if we forgot something,
Re, re
forget something,
forget something.
somebody reminds us.
Somebody remind us.
Yes, congratulations. So, Monique, if you forget the meaning of a word during the lesson, who reminds you of it? If you forget the meaning of a word during the lesson, who reminds you of it? If I forget
If I forget
the meaning of a word
the meaning of a word
during the lesson,
during the lesson,
the teacher reminds me.
the teacher reminds me.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Gra, do I remind you of any member of your family? Do I remind you of any member of your family? Yes, no, yes, no?
No,
You don't remind me?
we don't.
You don't remind me
You don't remind me
of any member of my family.
of any member of my family.
Perfect. Okay, so Patti, question for you, girl. Are there some areas of the world where it never gets warm, even in the middle of summer? Are there some areas of the world where it never gets warm, even in the middle of summer? Yes, there are some areas
Yes, there are some areas
of the world
of the world.
where it never gets warm.
What?
No problem. Where it never
Where it never
gets warm,
gets warm,
even in the middle of summer.
even in the middle of summer.
Yes, congratulations. So, Henry, will there be even more people and more cars in the world in a few years' time? Will there be even more people and cars in the world in a few years' time? Yes, no, yes, no? Yes, there will be
There will be
even more people
even more people
and cars in the
and
world
cars in the world
in a few years' time.
in a few years' time.
Congratulations! Okay, so Monique, what's the difference between the words to and at? What's the difference between the words to and at? The difference between
The difference between the
the
word
words to and at
and that
is that
is
we
that,
generally use to
is that we generally use to
when we are moving in the direction of a place.
when we are moving in direction of a place.
Yes, and at when we are there. And at
And yet, when we are there.
yes, ok. Tá atrasando um pouquinho, por isso que às vezes eu fico parada aqui, fica demorando para chegar,
Tá,
ok? So let's go. Grazi,
É, tá meio ruim mesmo.
Are you coming to the school? Are you coming to the school? No, I'm not coming to the school.
No, I'm not coming to the school.
I am at the school now.
I am at the school now.
Perfect. Okay, Patty, am I going to the table? Am I going to the table? No, you aren't going to the table.
No, aren't you going to the table?
You're at the table.
You're at the table.
Perfect. Okay, so Henry, if you go out of the room and say, I'll be back soon, how long will I be? If I go out of the room and say, I'll be back soon, how long will I be? If you go out of the room,
Go out of
the room,
the room
and say, I'll be back soon,
and stay back soon.
you'll be 5 or 10 minutes.
Like your minutes.
Yes. Okay, so Monique, if I go out of the room and say, I'll be back at once, how long will I be? If I go out of the room and say, I'll be back at once, how long will I be? If you go out of the room
If you go out of the room
and say, I'll be back at once,
and say, I'll be back at on,
you'll be back about in 1 minute.
you will back about 1 minute.
Okay, perfect. So, oh my God, a lot of people here. Anna, let's go, girl. Question for you. Is the lesson going to finish soon? Is the lesson going to finish soon? No, the lesson
No, the lesson doesn't going to finish soon. Is it
going to finish soon.
going to finish soon?
Okay, perfect. Tiago, which would you get to home sooner? By bus or by car? Which would you get to home sooner? By bus or by car? I'd get to home
How'd you get to home?
sooner by car.
Sooner by car.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Patricia, what would you do if you needed a haircut? What would you do if you needed a haircut? If I needed
If I needed
a haircut,
a haircut,
I'd go to a hairdresser's.
I'd go to a hairdresser's.
Yes, congratulations. So, Gra, what do you think you need more than anything else in your life? What do you think you need more than anything else in your life? I think I need
I think I need
water more than anything else in my life.
more than anything else in my life.
Perfect. Okay, so Tiago, what does the word towards mean? What does the word towards mean? The word towards.
The word towards means, I
Interaction
don't
of.
know, indirect of.
Yes, congratulations. So Henry, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're walking towards the door.
You're walking towards the door.
Towards the door.
Towards the door.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so Monique, what do we use a tray for? What do we use a tray for? We use a tray
We use a tray
for carrying plates and cups.
for playing,
For carrying
for
plates
carrying
and
plates
cups from one
plates
place to the other.
and the cup. Não ouvi, Tite.
From one place
The one place
to the other.
to the other.
Yes, congratulations. So Anna, question for you, girl. Why do you speak English so much better now than you did 6 months ago? Why do you speak English so much better now than you did 6 months ago? I speak English
I speak English
much better now
much better now
than
than I did 6 months ago
because I've
because
studied
I've studied
and had much more
and
practice.
had much more practice.
Yes, congratulations. So Patricia, what's another word for opposite? What's another word for opposite? Another word for opposite
Another word for opposite
is contrary.
is contrary.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, contrary. Gra, what's the contrary of the verb to rise? What's the contrary of the verb to rise? To fall is the contrary
To fall is the contrary
of the verb to rise.
of the verb to rise.
Congratulations. Okay, so Tiago, if the temperature of the atmosphere is falling this month, is the temperature of the atmosphere falling this month? Yes, no, yes, no?
More or less.
Yes. The temperature
The temperature
of the atmosphere
at the atmosphere
of the atmosphere
of the atmosphere
is more or less falling this month.
is more or less for this month.
Yes, congratulations. So Henry, what's the plural of tooth? What's the plural of tooth? The plural of
The
tooth
plural of tooth
is teeth.
is teeth.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, Monique, what do we clean our teeth with? What do we clean our teeth with? We clean our teeth
We clean our teeth
with a toothbrush.
with a toothbrush.
Yes. Okay, Anna, if you have a problem with your teeth, who should you go to see? If you have a problem with your teeth, who should you go to see? If I have a problem
If I have a problem
with my
with
teeth,
my teeth,
I should
I'd
go
go. I should go
to the
a
dentist.
dentist to the
Yes,
dentist.
congratulations. Okay, Patricia, does it seem to you as if it will rain later? Does it seem to you as if it will rain later? No, it doesn't seem to me.
No, it doesn't
Seem to me
seem to me
as if it's going
as if it is going
to rain later.
to rain later.
Yes. Okay, so Gra, why do some people seem younger than they really are? Why do some people seem younger than they really are? Some people seem younger
Some people think younger
than they really are
than they really are
because of the way they look,
because of the way they look,
the way they walk,
the way they walk,
the things they do, etc.
the things they do, etc.
Congratulations. Okay, Tiago, does it seem warmer to you today than yesterday? Does it seem warmer to you today than yesterday? Yes, no, yes, no?
Yes,
It
this
seems
is,
warmer
it seems warmer
to me today
to me today
than yesterday.
than yesterday.
Congratulations. Okay, Henry, are you ill several times during a year? Are you ill several times during the year? No, I'm not ill.
No,
Henry?
I'm not ill.
Several times during the year.
Several times from the year.
Yes, congratulations. Monique, do some very rich people have houses in several different countries? Do some very rich people have houses in several different countries? Yes, some very
Yes.
rich people
Some very rich people
have houses
have houses
in
in
several different
several
countries. Different countries.
different countries.
Yes, congratulations. Anna, did Mozart compose a lot of music? Did Mozart compose a lot of music? Yes, Mozart
Yes,
composed
Mozart composed
a lot
a
of music.
lot of music.
Congratulations. Patricia, do you find it difficult to compose a formal letter? Do you find it difficult to compose a formal letter? Yes, no, yes, no?
Yes.
I find it difficult
I find it difficult
to compose a formal letter.
to compose a formal letter.
Yes, congratulations. Yeah, do you agree it's wise to put some money on the bank each month for later on in life? Do you agree it's wise to put some money on the bank each month for later on in life? Yes, no, yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree it's wise.
Yes, I agree.
It's wise
It's wise
to put some money on the bank
To put some money on the bank
Each month for later in life.
each month or later in life.
Yes. Okay, so Tiago, if I suddenly threw my pen at you, would you be able to catch it? If I suddenly threw my pen at you, would you be able to catch it? Yes, no, yes, no?
No.
No. If you threw
If you threw
your pen at me,
your pen at me,
I wouldn't be able to catch
I
it. Wouldn't
be able
to catch it.
to catch.
Yes, congratulations. Henry, what is the greatest physical pain you've ever suffered? What is the greatest physical pain you've ever suffered? The greatest physical
Greatest
pain
physical pain
I've
I've
ever
ever suffered
was
was
headache, toothache.
don't know.
I don't know. You don't know. Did you broke an arm? Yes or no? Did you break
No.
your? No? Okay, so I don't know. Headache. Okay. So let's go. Monique, is there anything in life that we can be completely certain of? Is there anything in life that we can be completely certain of? Yes, no, yes, no? Yes. There are some
Yes,
things.
there are something,
Some things
something
that we can be
that we can be
completely certain of.
completely certain of.
Okay, Anna, what? What? Our age,
Our age,
our birthday,
our birthday,
death,
death,
etc.
etc.
Congratulations, guys. Okay, so today we have a reading, okay? Reading lesson 75. Okay, reading lesson
Tô sem vídeo.
75. Yes.
Vou pedir foto pra tirar.
Oi? Não deu para escutar, Henry. Henry, tá me escutando? Sim. Calma aí, fala um pouquinho que eu não sei se tá dando umas cortadas aqui pra mim.
Ele
Eu
está sem livro.
Ah, tá. Thank you, Thiago. Gente, tá difícil de escutar porque tá travando, aí eu só falei. Tem que pegar e montar o quebra-cabeça. Você tá sem livro, Henry? Não tem problema. Quando for a
Why,
parte...
Henry? Where your book, baby?
também.
Ok. Então vamos fazer assim, na hora que for para você ler, eu pego e leio e você repete, ok?
Ok.
Yes. So let's go. Reading lesson 75. Yes, ready? Everybody ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay.
Yes.
Então, Patricia, Grazi, Thiago, Henry, Monique, and Anna. Let's go.
Look like. What formal person would you most like to look like?
I most like to look like Angelina Jolie.
Oh my God.
What does she look like?
Yes, she looks like.
Grazi.
Yes.
She looks like Angelina Jolie.
Thank you.
All right, Grazi. Do you look more like your mother or your father?
Harry, I look more like my father.
I look more like my father.
Okay. Do you think it looks like
Do you think it looks like
rain?
rain?
Monique.
Yes, I think it's look like rain. Do you think you look like something?
Succeeding?
succeeding, or look
As if.
at if you succeeding in learning English quite well.
Anna.
Yes, I think I look like succeeding in learning English quite well. Travel, journey, just. What's the difference between travel and journey?
Patty.
The difference between travel and journey is that generally use travel as a verb and journey as a noun. Só não.
Yes.
Like, is it now easier for people to travel to other countries just for the weekend?
It's now easier for people to travel to other countries just for the weekend because traveling is cheaper and faster these days. What's the longest journey you've ever made?
The longest journey I've ever made is from Alagoas, Lençóis Paulista to Alagoas. Of course. Give me a sentence with the words of course in it, please.
Could I borrow your pen? Henry?
Could I borrow? Could I
Yes.
borrow?
Your
É
pen?
que travou. Your pen.
Of course you can.
Of course you can.
Okay. Do you think people are happier nowadays?
There people are.
Do you think people
You think people
are happier
are happier
nowadays
nowadays?
than
É
they
porque tá
were in the
travando aqui.
past?
Than they were in the past.
Monique.
Yes, I think people are happier nowadays
Than
than
they were?
they were in the past. They were in the past. And suffer. Have you
Suffered?
suffer from any illness
Illness?
in the last 2 years? Illness in the last 2 years.
Anna.
Yes, I've suffered from some illness in the last 2 years. Wish. What's your greatest wish in life?
Patty.
My greatest wish in life is to be happy.
Perfect.
Como fala essa outra palavra?
Exist.
Exist. About how long has this building exist? Okay?
Existed for.
Existed for.
This building has existed for about 30 years. Remind. In the other
In
words,
other words.
in other words, remember, what's the difference between the words remember and remind?
The difference between the words remember and remind is that we remember something else ourselves without help, whereas if we forget something, somebody remind us.
Not
In other
something.
words, not
Tiago.
something. Oi.
Something. Something.
Something.
Yes.
Something.
Perfect.
Something. Somebody remind us. Remind us.
Remind us.
In other words, they remember for us. It's correct?
Yes.
If you forget the meaning of a word during the lesson, who reminds you of it?
If I forget the meaning
Forget meaning
of a word during the lesson,
of the word during the lesson.
the
The
teacher
teacher
reminds me.
reminds me.
Perfect. Okay, if you have an important appointment to keep,
If you have an important appointment to keep,
which member of your family reminds you
which member of your family reminds you
to keep it?
to keep it?
Monique.
If I have an important appointment to keep, eu me perco.
My
My
My husband, my mother
my husband
reminds
my
me
husband reminds me
to keep it.
reminds me to keep it. Do you remind
Do I
you
remind you?
do you remind you of any member of your family?
Anna.
Do you
No, you don't.
remind you of any member of your
Wait,
family?
wait, wait. It's Anna now, baby.
No, you don't remind me of any member of my family. Library. What's the difference between a bookshop and a library?
The difference, bookshop and library, né?
Library. Tem as duas pronúncias,
Library.
gente. Tanto library quanto library, tá?
Library, tá. Is that a bookshop is a place where we can buy books,
Buy books.
buy books. Whereas a library is a place where we can go to read books and borrow them.
Yes. Ah, it's you, baby. Even though
It's faster. When you were a child,
child
okay? Child, did you
sometimes,
sometimes have to go to school, como
even
que é?
though,
Tchau. Even,
even though,
even though you didn't want to.
Yes, when I was a child, I sometimes had to go to school, even though I didn't want to. Are there some areas of the world where it never gets warm, even in the middle of summer?
not
Yes,
warm, warm, warm. Yes.
Get
yes,
warm.
repeat.
Okay, get warm, even the middle of summer.
Yes.
Yes, there are some areas of the world where it never gets warm, even in the middle of summer.
Not mid, middle.
Middle of summer. Will there be even more people and more cars in the world in a few years' time?
Henry, yes, there'll be even more people and cars
There were people, Dutch cars
in the world in a few years' time.
in a few years' time.
Do you know of a village in this country
Do you know of a village in this country
where they haven't even got water or electricity?
when they haven't
Even got water
even got water or
or
electricity?
Monique, the microphone, baby.
Yes, I know of a village in this country where they
Even
haven't
what?
and got water or electricity.
Electricity.
Even got water or electricity.
Two.
What's the difference between the words to and at?
And
And
now.
at
The difference between to and at is that we generally use to when are moving in direction of a place and at when we are there. Give me an example, please.
I'm going to the table and now I am at the table. Are you coming to the school?
No, I'm not coming to the school. I'm at the school. Am I going to the table?
No, you are going to the table. You are standing at the
Table.
door.
Yes, perfect.
Wait a moment. São
Soon,
at 11. Soon at 11. If I go out of the room and say, I will be back soon, how long will I be?
Henry, if you go out of the room,
If you go out of the room
and say, I'll be back soon.
And I'll be back soon.
You'll be back in 5 or 10
You'll be back
minutes.
in 10 minutes.
If I go out of the room
I go out of the room.
and say, I'll be back at once,
I'll be back at once.
how long will I be?
How long will I be?
Monique, if you go out of the room
If you go off or out of the room and say I'll be back at once,
you'll be back
you'll be back
about 1 minute,
academia. You'll be back about 1 minute, or
you'll be back.
you'll be back almost immediately.
Immediately.
É, will it soon be spring?
Anna,
Yes, it will soon be spring. Is the lesson going to finish soon?
Patty,
Yes, the lesson going to finish soon. How soon do you think it will be before everybody
Patty,
in the world has como que fala?
enough?
Enough money in order to live a comfortable life?
I think it'll be a long time before everybody in the world has enough money in order to live a comfortable life. It would get you home sooner, a bus or a car?
I think maybe a car would get me home sooner than a bus.
Yes. Okay, guys, so now let's change the link and come back. Okay? Yes?